guys, today I'm doing a review of the new Maybelline Fit Me Matte products, and I was so excited to see them come out with this line because I have combination oily skin and I'm always looking for a new foundation that is going to help keep me matte. I wore it for a few days to see what it was going to be like on my skin, and alone I didn't like it as much as when I paired it with the powder. So for the first few days I wore this with another setting powder. It didn't have much coverage. It was just kind of a setting powder that was just going to help keep me matte. I found that throughout the day I would get a little bit shiny, nothing to be really worried about, but it wasn't really doing anything different than some of the foundations that I've used in the past. I was actually with Judy from It's Judy Time here on YouTube earlier this week, and she asked me which foundation I was wearing, and it was this guy. And we talked a little bit about it, and I told her that it reminded me of Makeup Forever HD in the sense that it makes your skin look really flawless, poreless. And then it also reminds me of my favorite drugstore foundation, which was L'Oreal True Match. While I was wearing it throughout the week, I thought if it's not going to be much different than that, I'll probably stick to my L'Oreal True Match because I'm like, that's my beloved holy grail product. Then I started using this powder on top. Just in the last few days here, this is what I've been doing. This combo is amazing. I find that when I have this powder on top, it really helps keep me matte. It gives me a little bit more coverage, but that's not even what I like about it. It just makes my skin look flawless. And this combination together makes my skin look like I've spent a lot more time on it than I actually have. So a little bit more about this product. You've probably seen the original, which is the liquid foundation that is now being repackaged to say Fit Me Dewy look. So that's going to be for anybody with more of the dry skin type, and this is going to be more for the matte and poreless, which yes, it is. The color that I chose is 130 for both the powder and the liquid. I believe that in the stores there's about 16 shades to choose from. Price-wise, I was able to find this for $7.99 at Walmart and $10.99 for the powder. Some details on the back. It says for normal to oily skin, mattifies and refines pores, matches natural tone, natural seamless finish, and it is a 30 ml bottle. It doesn't have a pump, which I really appreciate in foundation packaging, but that's okay because it is drugstore. And what I discovered after using this for a few days is that it actually comes with a mirror underneath. And now what I'd really like to do is do a quick demo for you of the foundation so you can see how it applies and what a difference it makes to my skin. I'm going to take some of this foundation, and I'm using a Real Techniques Essential Foundation brush. And because this doesn't have a pump, what I like to do is just bring the foundation and let it kind of just drop onto my brush. I do like when foundations have pumps, but the ones that I love the most, like the L'Oreal True Match, doesn't have one, so this is usually what I do with these types of foundations. So you can already tell, like, that has a lot of coverage. I could actually probably have spread it out a lot better just by dabbing my face before I started on just the left side. But what I like to do is work quick with this foundation because I find that it does set pretty quick. And especially with foundations around my cheeks, I find that doing this doesn't always work. So what I like to do is just dab it onto the cheeks because that's where I have freckles, and sometimes foundations don't always cover those. And it's not that I look for foundations to cover them, but I do like my foundation to be even looking because when I go to apply blush later, if my freckles aren't covered up, like most of them aren't covered up, then I will look patchy. I actually haven't tried this foundation with a beauty blender yet, and that's pretty surprising because I'll go on like little kicks every now and again where I'm all about the beauty blender, but right now I'm all about this brush. I find that it applies the foundation really quick, it gives me the coverage I like, and it's just like my favorite go-to tool right now. So when I get to about this stage and I find that I'm just kind of moving the foundation around on my face and it's not really working in, I take another brush, and this is actually the buffing brush from Real Techniques also, and I start to buff that into the skin, and it really helps work it in, set quicker, and just really, again, work that foundation into place so it's not going to move throughout the day. You can tell that this foundation with just one application did a really great job at covering up any discoloration that I have on my face, like the freckles that I mentioned, around the nose, which is where I always get red, and foundation does wear off there a lot throughout the day. You can definitely feel that it's already set into the skin. I think it would take about a minute more so it doesn't feel a little bit dewy, because right now it still feels a little bit, you know, that fresh feeling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the powder now, and just a big fluffy brush. This is the one that I use like every day for powder. It's actually not a brand. It's one of the the no-name brands that I've just had for years and I love. So I'm just taking this and I'm going to apply it. And with this powder, I don't find that it adds a lot more coverage on top of the liquid that I'm already using, which in my case is good because I already have the liquid foundation. But if you were to just use the powder on its own, I don't think you would achieve the same look that I have right now. So this is the powdered side and this is the non-powdered side. Definitely matted my face out. You can still see a little bit of dew. It's not oily, it just looks dewy on this side of the face, so I'll do a little bit of setting with this. So you can see I just applied the rest of my face, my concealer, my blush, and I love looking at my skin and seeing it completely matte. Sometimes that's not always the case with foundations that I use, and I'm really glad that I did purchase the powder to go along with the liquid because I don't normally do that. So I do think that this is what makes the difference in this foundation to make it look like this. So that is the review of the Maybelline Fit Me matte products. I hope you guys liked it. If you do want to see more types of these videos, make sure to leave the products that you'd like to see me review or do first impressions of in the comments so I can check those out. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, and I will leave all of my social media links for you to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.